pin back your peepers. It's Motorbike Accident Law Formula 600. Steve's on the grid.
With no Sam Hornsey or Dean Hipwell here, the championship is wide open, and Chris Mort got himself the first ever victory in Thundersport GB after being with us for 3 years. Can he do it again here today and get himself a chunky 25 points? Well, one thing's for sure, Richard McNeil will have something to say about that. Look out for Adam Oliver, Ben Field, a whole list of Formula 600s ready to go.
Thanks very much, Steve. Yes, this series already proving one of the hits of the season. Fantastically competitive. It says it's watch the lights time. Motorbike Accident Law Formula 600s just about on their way. Chris Mort twisting the throttle there, and not such a good start from Chris. Richie McNeil, though, really nails it. Stevie's been doing that time and time again this season.
Yes, and we found out at the last round what the problem was. Midway through races, unfortunately, he suffers with arm pumps. So hopefully, around a circuit that he knows well, of course, he only lives across the water in Northern Ireland. Maybe we could see a different Richard McNeil here. Number 22 leads as they head into Church Corner.
Yes, very talented young rider, of course, already a race winner we saw last season, and he's been up the front so many times this year. Look, he's nailed the start. Can he nail the win as well? He's being pursued at the moment, and I'll tell you what, Steve, there are so many competitive riders in this field, and one of the guys who could spring a surprise is a guy who was a rookie last year, Ben Field.
Yep, Ben Field, number 14, worth keeping an eye on him. He's only been here a couple of times. You're just looking there at Chris Mort, local rider. He knows this place very well with the red helmet there, number 34. He is probably surefire favourite to win this race here, but Craig Sproston now has moved up into the lead. Craig, who's been a part of the British Championship Supersport 600 class for quite a few years, fancies a look at the win here, and just behind them I can see that Ben Scranage currently battling away for fourth, but it's Sproston now that leads from McNeil on the white machine, and Mort just behind.
Yeah, Chris Mort really closing down on Richie McNeil, just tucks underneath in there, and he's up into second place. The Mort is flying, and Craig Sproston will need to get some pace on early in proceedings, because look at how Chris Mort just piles away from Richie McNeil. Having got past him there, he's going to be head down and chasing, and there we can see the gap already reduced, Steve.
Yes, and Chris Mort, even in yesterday's race, was milliseconds away from taking the lap record. Of course, if qualifying times counted, then he would have taken it already. That belongs still to Gary May, believe it or not. From the very first season of Thundersport GB, it was very sunny that day and no wind like there is today. But Mort is lapping into the 109, so he's on the pace for sure.
Yep, those three not getting away so much at the front yet. Adam Oliver just pounding along behind, we can see, and Ben Field as well. And Ben Field has just set another personal fastest lap of the race, so he is determined to catch this leading three. But at the moment, Sproston with Chris Mort all over him.
Yes, he's under some real pressure here. And will Chris Mort fancy the same move as he just planted earlier? He does, and he makes it stick. He just carries so much more speed into the banking than Craig Sproston, and of course than Richard McNeil, who was just overtaken. It's now down to Sproston to see if he can keep up.
Yeah, a certain amount of circuit experience there, the way Chris Mort did those two beautiful overtaking manoeuvres. That banking there is actually set at 10 degrees. Now, I know that Richard Peacock, who is the godfather of this circuit here in Anglesey, and what a brilliant job he's done, he wanted slightly steeper banking, even more so. But 10 degrees, that is really quite an incline, and you see Chris Mort had it absolutely nailed there.
Yes, and if Peacock's Marlon Brando, then Chris Mort certainly looks like Al Pacino at the moment, because he is getting this one down to a T. Of course, he's not had a Thundersport victory until yesterday. The championship without Sam Hornsey and Dean Hipwell wide open. Mort here could be taking a big lump of points, which would, of course, make Cadwell Park in the next round very interesting.
Yes, indeed, and we could see that Craig Sproston, having been overtaken by Chris Mort, is going to have to be working hard to hang on to second place, because he's been caught now in second, as we see Chris Mort over the start-finish line once again, through target and down towards the banking.
You know, when things are going right for Chris Mort, he does look like a very talented rider. Of course, last season he was up there for the championship along with Mike Price. He set pole position at Snetterton and then had that enormous crash which put him out for the rest of the season. So it's nice to see him now at the sharp end, and hopefully he can keep it up throughout.
Yes, indeed, we see 66 going through there, and that is Mark Buckley. Mark, who's also throughout this weekend really looked on it. He's put in some really impressive laps. Callum O'Shea, number 96, just going through there, but up the front, Chris Moore, lap after lap, just edging away at the front. He really is the master of Anglesey at the moment.
Yes, and of course he's riding that Triumph 675, and the way that the Triumphs develop the power really does suit him to this circuit. The bike has got so much mid-range, and well, here at Anglesey, without it having a full back straight, it does mean that some of the screamers out there aren't able to keep up with the mid-range of that Triumph, so it's all adding up very nicely for Chris Moore. He's on his way to victory number 2 of his Thundersport career by the looks of things.
There he is. We just saw 61 Will Higginbottom, one of the 2 Higginbottoms over from the Isle of Man, Johnny and Will, and Will just running in round about 7th or 8th place at the moment. As coming down once again into the banking, we see Adam Oliver and Ben Scranage. This has been a race-long battle, and I have to say, these are 2 riders, Steve, who every time we see them, they're round about the top 6, and they really do work hard, but both of them running on a shoestring.
They are both running on a shoestring, yes, and they're perfectly capable of finishing in the top 3. I know Adam Oliver will be looking, oh, there he is now, number 51 on the yellow machine. They're still having a great tussle here into rocket in and rocket out, and Oliver's got the inside line there, which you'd think would count. Scranage shaking his head though. I'm not sure if he's maybe got a problem or two, but either way, they'll be looking for podiums by the time we get to Cadwell, sorry. But Chris Mort here, number 34, faultless stuff at the front. He's got about an 8 or 9 second lead over Craig Sproston in second, and the last lap flag is out.
Yep, and he's got the fastest lap of the race so far. We'll see whether he can improve that at the flag, but Chris Mort has been absolutely immaculate. He's got to the front, of course, courtesy of those 2 perfect overtaking manoeuvres down at the banking, but nobody able to live with his pace in this race anyway. We'll see what happens, because we will get to see him later on in the afternoon.
Well, he's seen his pit board, he'll know how far ahead he is, and he's just got to cruise around Peel here, down the hill into the corkscrew, and then it's just Club Corner that separates Chris Mort from victory number 2 here, number 34. It's going to be 50 points from 50 available for Chris Mort.
And there's the checkered flag being shown by Sid to Chris, and yeah, he's taking that very calmly indeed. A professional job, well done by Chris Mort, taking the win from Craig Sproston. Ben Field got up to finish 3rd, ahead of Richie McNeil. Adam Oliver was 5th in that lovely tussle with Ben Scranage. And there we see Mort, Sproston and Field, the 1, 2, 3 on the podium.
Chris Moore, it's been a while for you. 3 years we've been waiting to get you on the top step here. You must be delighted with your performance this weekend. 50 points in the bag so far.
Yeah, I'm well pleased with the performance so far. Like you say, we've been trying for 3 years. We're getting closer and closer, seconds, thirds, but never the top stop. But yeah, this weekend, top spot. So yeah, I'm made up really, to be honest. We put a lot of effort into it this year. Last year, had a bad crash and hurt myself, which put a bit of a stop to the season halfway through. So I was disappointed. So yeah, we're trying to aim for the championship this year if we can. So it's looking at a steady start to the season, but it seems to be getting slowly better. So fingers crossed.
And now you're here, I'm sure you get a chance to thank some of the people that help you out.
Yeah, I've had some loyal sponsors over the last 3 years, so I'd just like to thank Ian from Extreme Bike Sports, Conrad from Shell Racing Solutions, Wiz Knee Sliders, Steve Craddock, DD Engineering, my mum and my dad, my girlfriend, everybody. It's just a mega team effort. Everybody puts that much time and effort into it, so I'd just like to big thank you to all them.
Well done.
Cheers.